Merry Christmas and a warm welcome to my small corner of YouTube. My name is Julia and this time we're making 8 different tags to my friends Martin, Malin and Rolf. I am going to use 2 background stamps, one from heroarts with snowflakes and another background stamp from urbanstamps with Christmas writing, and I will use embossing powder in silver to create the first 4 tags. I treat the paper with an anti-static bag and use a stamping platform. I ink up my snowflakes in sticky Versamark embossing ink, and when I'm sure of a good impression, I cover my whole panel in silver embossing powder and heat set until melted and shiny. I do the same procedure with the stamp from Urban Stamp. Ink up with Versamark embossing ink, cover everything in silver embossing powder, and then melt the powder. I have these shimmer powders from Nuvo and I chose colors I know the recipient of these tags will like: turquoise, blue, purple and green. You only need a tiny amount of these powders, and you can see how I don't shake or tap these bottles. I just run my fingers on the bottom so I get a tiny bit of these pigment powders, and then I spray the panel heavily with water, and those powders just burst with color and blend together. After a while I put down some more powder and spray again with water, and then I let this background air dry so I don't lose any color. For the second panel I go for green and turquoise, spray with water and let it air dry. I have known the recipients, Martin, Malin and their dog Rolf, a long time, and Malin just had her birthday. I know that Malin grew up with sheep and loved them very much, so I saw this stamp set, Woolychristmas, from Mamaelephant, on second hand. I knew that I wanted to make something for them. I stamped the whole stamp set twice with Memento Tuxedo black ink because I plan on doing some alcohol marker coloring, and I know those black lines won't smudge, and with a stamping platform I can easily double stamp to get those lines crisp and black. While the ink dries, I go to work on another of the layers I soon will put together. I'm die cutting 4 circles from cardstock in white, turquoise, purple and black, and I take a size smaller of those stitched circles and cut 4 circles, 2 from each of my embossed panels. It's time to color, and I use a light neutral gray to outline those sheep and give them some shadow, and I blend that out with my colorless blender. I use 2 shades of brown for the horns on the sheeps, and for all those other accessories like hats and scarves I use the same 3 blue shades and the same trio of reds, apart from using a light warm grey to outline the sheep's faces and legs and blend that out with a colourless blender. I only use those 3 red and those blue markers, so everything matches when it's time to put this together. My friends who are getting these tags are always there to cheer me on and have supported this channel since I started in May, and I hope they know how much I appreciate their support. As I'm finishing up the coloring, I decide to use a set from Lawn Fawn that my friend Linda sent me and stamp some Christmas trees to go with the sheep. I need some more details before I start putting these tags together, and I have these Dylusions dialogue stamps with numbers and months. I think her handwriting is fantastic, so I stamp out December the 24th in black, because in Sweden we celebrate the 24th, and add these to these quite complicated tags. Hang on, there are a few more details. I'm going to use these music notes from a Tim Holtz stamp set to make a background, and I will use a silver embossing powder to heat emboss these notes. I have got 3 rectangles that will become the backgrounds to 3 of those 8 tags. I stamp in Versamark ink and cover in silver embossing powder all the way down this tag. For the second tag, I chose this Christmas greeting from another Tim Holtz stamp sets, both from second hand, and I do the same here. I stamp and heat emboss in silver. For the third tag, I use this Tim Holtz stamp set, obviously second hand, because I love this Santa and wanted to try him. I stamp them in VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I use a matte, dull, clear embossing powder from Wow. It's great to have that matte, dull, clear embossing powder when you don't need all that shine. This Santa already has a lot of character and shadows, so I do a quick coloring with that red trio, some grey for his belt and a warm grey for his beard. This stamp set came with dies, and I die cut out my Santa, the star and the Merry Christmas. It's time to ink up those embossed background tags, and I use Distress Oxide inks in peacock feathers and chipped sapphire for the music notes, and I buff off any excess ink with a paper towel to help that silver shine. The Christmas greeting in silver gets inked up with dusty concord and chipped sapphire. For the last tag with no embossing, I want a winter sky for my Santa and his star. So I put a heavy coat of chipped sapphire over the whole tag, and then I flick water droplets at that flat blue ink and get immediate texture and depth. I also flick some shimmer spray from an acrylic block to add some more interest. And I darken those edges with archival black ink. I just let myself go mad with details, and I bring out those greetings again. I pick 2 to stamp and heat emboss in silver on purple cardstock. Here I have one of those smaller circles, and I'm running it through my die cutting machine with those greetings. It's finally time to start assembling my 8 tags, and I have cut those corners and cut a slightly bigger piece of black cardstock to go behind. I glue the notes and the greetings on the black, and for the dark blue sky I cut a middle layer in silver to make that sky pop. These circles with the shimmer powder and the silver really pop against those circles of colored cardstock, and I glue them together. I put an eyelet in every tag, and then I finally take my time to glue all the details onto my tags. I glue the 24th of December, the cutest Christmas sheep and their accessories and the trees, and I glue my Santa and his star on the blue tag, and at last the detail I will pull a ribbon through the hole and give you some close-up pictures. Thank you all for watching, and have a safe and Merry Christmas.